what is regular space and T3 space and some theorems based on these. Let us read what is a regular space. Regular space, a topological space X tau is said to be a regular space if and only if given any closed set F in of course X and an element X belonging to capital X such that the element doesn't belong to the closed set. Very, very important. The element doesn't belong to the closed set. Then there exists two open sets, U and V, which are, and X belongs to U and the closed set F is contained in V. Then what is T3 space? A topological space X tau is said to be T3 if and only if it is both regular and T1. Okay, now we shall prove a theorem. Theorem is this. A regular space need not be T1. A regular space need not be T1. So we want an example which is regular but not T1. Okay, let us take an example. Proof is by giving an example. So let us give an example. Consider X equal to containing 3 elements and tau is null set, the whole set, singleton A and BC. So this is a tau topology on X. Okay. So all these are open sets. Fine. So we want what? We want a regular space, but not T1. Okay. So let us write down all the closed sets. These are the open sets. We'll write down all the closed sets. The closed sets are, what are the closed sets? Closed sets are nothing but complements of open sets. So closed sets are complements of this, complements of these over X, right? So complement of null set is the whole set X. The whole set is null set. The complement of singleton A is B comma C, and B and C is nothing but singleton A. So these are the closed sets. We know a theorem. A topological space is T1 if and only if all singletons are closed. Look at all the closed sets here. The closed sets, not all singletons are closed. So not all singletons are closed. So therefore, this topological space, this example is not T1. Is not T1. Now, actually what we have to prove that a regular space need not be T1. So we got an example which is not T1. Now next step to prove it is regular. So next TPT to prove it is regular. Let us prove it. To prove that X tau is regular. Okay. So what are the closed sets here? Again, I'll write the closed sets. The closed sets are, in this example, what are all the closed sets? The closed sets are the complements of open sets. They're nothing but this. Null set doesn't contain any element, so we can leave this. And X contains all the elements, so we'll leave this also. The only closed sets here in this topology are singleton A and the another set B comma C. So we'll write the singletons. We'll write the closed sets. The closed sets are only two, singleton A and BC. So these two are the closed sets. Now to prove it is regular, I want a closed set and an element not belonging to the closed set. So let us take a closed set. First closed set is singleton A. So consider consider singleton A. Take the elements not belonging to this, coming from capital X. What is our capital X? I write capital X somewhere here. So our X contains A, B, C, three elements. So I have one closed set here. So I want what? I want an element not belonging to the closed set. So I'll choose B now. B is the element not belonging to this closed set. Okay. Now I want two open sets separating these two. Okay. And which have to be disjoint. So what is our tau? I'll write the tau elements also. So what are the tau elements? Tau elements are nothing but these. So null set, the whole set. So we have to leave this. And the remaining open sets are these two. So from the remaining open sets, I want two disjoint open sets. Okay. Separating what and what? Separating these two. So there exists from the tau, there exists singleton A and another open set B comma C, which are they disjoint? Which are disjoint. Okay, 1 point disjoint. And do they separate B and this? Yes, let us see. And B, the element belongs to this. And the closed set, this is the closed set. Closed set is contained in this, contained in singleton A. So for one closed set, I took one element not in the closed set. And I got sets which are separating B and singleton A. Now, is there any other element not belonging to the closed set? Yes, there is another element which is C. So we'll take that now. Again, for the same closed, doesn't belong to singleton A. Now, there exists singleton A and B comma C, which are disjoint, and C belongs to B comma C, and the closed set is contained in singleton A. So I got two disjoint open sets. These are open sets, right? Separating C and singleton B, singleton A. Now, singleton A, I got one element not belonging to the singleton A. I got another element C not belonging to singleton A. Is there any other element not belonging to the singleton A? No. So two cases are over. Now I'll go to the next closed set. The next closed set is this. Now consider the other closed set. Another closed set is B comma C. Okay. And choose an element not in this closed set. So the only element is A. A doesn't belong to B comma C. Now we need two disjoint open sets separating these two. So there exists singleton A, one open set, and B comma C, another open set. Of course, they are disjoint open sets. And do they separate this? Yes. And the element A belongs to the first open set, and the closed set B comma C is contained in the open set B comma C. So we got two disjoint. Any other element not belonging to this? No, that's all. So we exhausted all the cases. So for all, any element not belonging to the closed set, there exists always two disjoint open sets separating them. So therefore, conclusion, X tau is regular. So we got an example which is regular, not T1. Therefore, we have proved a regular space need not be T1. We shall go to the next theorem. Next theorem is this. A regular space need not be T0. A regular space, next theorem, a regular space need not be T0. Need not be T0. Proof. You can take the same example. We'll prove it is T1 we'll prove it is T1, and T1 implies T0. So we'll make use of that. So we take the same example. I'll show the same previous example, what we have done. We have to prove now it is T0. We have to prove it is now T0. So what do I do? Same example, X is this, and tau, the open sets are, null set, the whole set, singleton A, B, comma, C. Write down all the closed sets. The closed sets are nothing but the complements of these open sets. Okay. And we see that not all singletons are closed. So therefore it is not T1. Not T1, therefore it is not T0. Not T0. So we got an example which is not T0. Okay. Next we are going to prove it as regular. So same proof to prove it is regular. So what do we do for regular? Write down all the closed sets. Okay. And what is our tau here? Tau contains null set, the whole set, singleton A and B comma C. These are the open sets here. So for any, so right, first of all, we will write down all the closed sets. Okay. So I'll take the first closed set and take an element not in the closed set. So I'm choosing B, not in this closed set. We want two disjoint open sets separating these two. So disjoint open sets are singleton A and B comma C, which are disjoint open sets. Okay, separating, that means B belongs to this and this closed set is contained in this open set. Fine. Okay. Is there any other element not in the closed set? Yes. So C doesn't belong to the closed set and this is a closed set. Okay. There exist two disjoint open sets. Disjoint open sets. Fine. C belongs to this open set and the closed set is contained in this. Okay. Any other element not in this singleton A? No. Only B and C are the elements. So that is over. Now I'll go to the next closed set. The next closed set is this. So next closed set, I'll choose an element not in the closed set. Okay, so I'll take A, not belonging to this. I want two disjoint open sets separating these two. The open sets are singleton A and B comma C. Disjoint open sets, right? Such that the element belongs to this, and the closed set is contained in the open set here. So in no other element would not belong into this closed set. So we exhausted all the cases. So therefore, the given topological space X tau is regular. Regular, not T naught. Therefore, we have proved a regular space need not be T naught. So we proved this also. Now we shall take up the next theorem. The next theorem is regular T naught space is T3. Next theorem, a regular T naught space is T3. Actually, what is the definition of T3? T3 implies that it is regular and T1. That is a definition. But here the theorem is regular and T naught space is T3. This we have to prove. So proof, very, very easy proof. So I should take a space, a topological space, which is regular and T naught. Okay. So regular is already there. We have to prove it is T3. So what is T3? T3 definition says it has to be regular and T1. The only thing is we have to prove it is T1. Regular already given. So regular plus T1 will become T3. The only thing is we have to prove it is T1. So let us take a topological space, which is, so let us take X tau be equal to regular and T naught. Now we shall prove that what we have to prove actually, we have to prove X tau. To prove it is T3, regular is already over there. We have to prove it is T1. To prove that this is T1. To prove that it is T1, we shall prove that X tau is T2. To prove it is T2 is very easier. So we prove it is T2. T2 implies T1, therefore it is T1. Okay, we shall prove it is T2. So let us take any 2 points belonging to capital X distinct points. Remember, what is the definition of T2? For any two distinct points, we need two disjoint open sets, okay, separating X and Y, right? So I want two disjoint open sets, okay. Now what is given to me? So they have given it as regular and T naught, okay. I'll make use of T naught, and X is T naught. This implies what? For any two distinct points, there exists an open set, one open set. There exists an open set. There exists an open set. We'll call the open set as U, such that X belongs to U and Y doesn't belong to U. Doesn't belong to U. What is our U? U is an open set. Y doesn't belong to U, no. So we'll write that. So Y doesn't belong to U. So where is Y actually? Y is actually in U dash. What is U dash? U dash is dash, which is closed. Why it is closed? Because U is open set. U dash is closed. Okay. Now, since X belongs to U, definitely X doesn't belong to U dash. Agree? And what is U dash? U dash is a closed set. Agree? So you have an element not belonging to the closed set and our X is dash. What is given to me? It is regular. So what do you mean by regular? So this implies that there exists how many open sets? Two open sets. Two open sets. We'll call the open sets as capital V and W such that the element belongs to one open set. Okay, and the closed set U dash is the closed set here that is contained in W, and they are disjoint. They are disjoint. Fine. We'll call this disjointness as 1. We got two open sets which are disjoint. Done. Then where is Y? Since Y belongs to U dash, see, we have got Y belongs to U dash, and U dash, where is U dash? Belonging to W. So we have got Y W. Remember, I've got two open sets which are disjoint. We'll call it as 1. And Y belongs to W I got. We'll call this as 2. And what about X? Where is X? X belongs to, and X belongs to V, that is here. We'll rewrite that. X belongs to V. Okay, we got two open sets, U, V and W, which are disjoint, that is 1. X belongs to V, Y belongs to W. See, two distinct points. We got two disjoint open sets separating X and Y. Therefore, X tau is dash T2. T2, no, so it implies T1. So therefore, X tau is T1. X tau is T1. They've already given it as regular. They have given it as regular, right? And we have proved it is T1. Therefore, it is T3. So hence the theorem, a regular T0 space is T3. Very, very simple. We shall go to the next theorem. We shall prove every metric space is a T3 space. We shall prove every metric space is a T3 space. So we shall take a metric space. So theorem, what is the theorem we have to prove? Every metric space is T3. Every metric space is T3. So we shall take a metric space. We shall take a metric space. So how do we usually denote a metric space? XD. Yes. So let XD be a metric space, MS. A metric space. Okay. We have to prove what? We have to prove it is. So we'll call as first step. What actually we have to prove? We have to prove this metric space is T3. What is T3 definition? It says that it is regular and T1. A space which is regular and T1 is T3. We have to prove it is T3. First, in the first step, we shall prove it is T1. To prove that XD is T1. The second step, we are going to prove it is regular. So by 1 and 2, it is regular and T1. So therefore, it will be T3. We have to prove it is T1 here. We shall prove it is T2. To prove it, T2 is easier. So we shall prove this any metric space is T2. Now what is T2? I should take two distinct points. Okay. Let us choose two distinct points belonging to X. Distinct points. Okay. Fine. So they are distinct, no? So the distance or the modulus x minus y will call, let us call it as r, and r is definitely positive because they're not equal, and this is nothing but the distance dx comma y, right, equal to r. We shall call this as some star. Okay, so remember d of xy equal to r. We can call that as star. So I've got two distinct points. I have to prove it is T2. So what actually I should get? I should get two open sets which have to be disjoint and separating x and y. Okay. Now, what are open sets in a metric space? In a metric space, the open sets are nothing but open balls. So let us choose two open balls. Now choose two open balls. So B, center is x, radius is this r divided by 2. This is one open ball. And another open ball, B, centered at y, and the radius is again same, r by 2. Now what about these two? Number one, they are nothing but they are open balls. And in a metric space, open balls are nothing but open sets. That is, we have got two open sets. Okay, we got two open sets. And do they contain the elements x and y? We'll check that. The first open ball, what is the center? Center is x. So clearly x belongs to, okay, and y belongs to the another open ball. So B, y, r by 2. Fine. I got two open sets. First one contains x, the other one contains y. Okay. Then are they disjoint? Third property to check whether they are disjoint. So let us take any element. Suppose it is not disjoint. Say z belongs to bxr by 2 intersection byr by 2. This implies what? Intersection? No, that means what? Z belongs to r by 2 and z belongs to byr by 2. And remember, whenever z belongs to an open ball, then distance zx, distance between z and the center x is less than r by 2, and dzy is less than r by 2. Okay, now consider d of x comma y now. So let us consider d of x comma y. So triangular inequality of metric space. So less than or equal to, we'll include the third point here. So x, z plus d, z, y. The third point is z. And first one is less than r by 2, less than r by 2. So we'll write it now. So that is less than r by 2 and r by 2. One that is also less than r by 2, which is equal to r. Fine. So what was our LHS? LHS was dx comma y So I have to put less than, strictly less, R. But actually what is dx comma y by star? Dx comma y is nothing but we have taken it as R. Remember, we have taken it as R. This is, we have called it as star actually. So I got equal to R. I'm getting here less than R. This is a contradiction. Contradiction. So I cannot have any element belonging to this. So therefore, the third point, they have to be disjoint. So x R by 2 and b y R by 2 are disjoint. So by 1, 2, 3, we have got two disjoint open sets, okay, separating x and y. So therefore, xb is T2. Is T2, and we know that T2 implies T1. So therefore, x comma d, the metric space is T1. So in the step 1, we have proved it is T1. Remember, we have to prove it is T3. We have proved it is T1. Next, we have to prove it is regular. So next, step 2, TPT, that is to prove that x comma d is regular. Regular. Now what is regular now? I should take an element and a closed set, element not in the closed set. So let us take any element. We'll choose one element in the space X and F be a closed set. I've taken a closed set such that X doesn't belong to the closed set. So to prove it is regular, we want two disjoint open sets separating X and the closed set F. So now, since X doesn't belong to F, so definitely X will be in the F complement. So X minus F. And what is X minus F? Definitely is an open set. Why it is open? Because F is closed. So complement is open. So we got an open set containing an element. And we are in the metric space. So this implies there exists some radius delta greater than 0 such that in between X and the open set there is an open ball. So X belongs to the open ball. Center is X. Radius is this delta contained in X minus F. So in a metric space, whenever you have an element belonging to an open set, there is always an open ball in between of some radius. The radius we have taken as delta. Let us call this as 1 or double star. We're going to use this later. Okay. So now, see, remember what we have to prove? We have to prove it is regular. So I've taken an element and a closed set, element not in the closed set. So actually what I want is, I want two disjoint open sets separating these two. And here the open sets are nothing but open balls. Okay. Now let us choose two open balls like this. Let us take G1 equal to, so let G1 be equal to, so let G1 be equal to open ball centered at X, radius is delta by 2. And we'll take G2 as union all elements coming from the closed set F. Okay. B, Y, same radius delta by 2. Okay. Now, what are they now? Number 1, clearly G1 and G2 are dash. G1 and G2. G1 and G2 are dash. Are open sets. See, this is an open ball, so therefore open set. And this is your open ball union. Open ball is nothing but an open set. So G1 and G2 are open sets. Okay. And second, do they contain X and the closed set? The first G1, this contains X because X is center over there. So X belongs to G1. And does F contained in this G2? Yes, because all the elements are varying, in F, and they are all the centers. So definitely they all belong to G1, G2. So all the elements in F belong to G2. So F is contained in G2. So I got two open sets. They contain F, X and the closed set F. What else we have to prove? We have to prove it is they are disjoint. Okay, the third property, to prove that they are, okay, we'll write to show that G1 intersection G2 is null. We have to prove they are disjoint. So suppose it's not disjoint, so let us take any element, some Z belonging to this. Okay, so this implies what? This implies Z will belong to G1 and Z will belong to G2. What is G1 and G2 will substitute? G1 is this and Z will belong to G2. G2 is this, belonging to F Y delta by 2. Okay, so this implies any element belonging to an open ball, that means the distance Z and the center X less than delta by 2, and Z belongs to the union, therefore Z will belong Y naught will take, so delta by 2. Some Y naught, where is Y naught? Coming from F. Any element belong to the union, that means it belongs to some, set here. That set we have chosen it as Y naught, an open ball with the center Y naught. So this implies the distance Z and the Y naught is less than delta by 2. Okay, so now we'll consider the distance x comma, consider that is d of x comma y naught. Okay, x comma y naught. So we'll include the third point here. So what is the third point? Third point is z. So x z plus z y naught. Okay, and that is less than d of xz. We have d of zx or xz, both are same. So less than delta by 2. And this is again less than delta by 2. So less than I've put already here. So plus delta by 2. So delta by 2 is nothing but delta. So we have got d of x y naught less than delta. Remember, we have to prove they are disjoint. I've taken any element belonging to it, right? Okay, let us see where we get the contradiction. So belongs d x comma y naught is less than delta. Okay, that implies what? Next step. So that implies, where is y naught? Y naught belongs to open ball. Since we have this d of x comma y naught is less than delta, no? So therefore y naught will belong to open ball center at x, radius is delta. So y naught belongs to centered at x, radius is delta. Fine. And what is our double star? We have called the double star, something, some double star. What is the double star? So this is contained in x minus f. This is by double star. Fine. So where is y naught now? Belonging to x minus f. Something wrong here? Why something wrong? This is a contradiction because actually y naught is from where? Is from f. I cannot have an element belonging to a set and its complement. So this is a contradiction. So why this contradiction? Because we assumed, G1 intersection G2 is not null. So actually, therefore, G1 intersection G2 is null. That is, they are disjoint. They are disjoint. So we got two open sets, G1 and G2. They are disjoint and they separate X and the closed set. So what is the conclusion now? So therefore, by 1, 2, 3 is dash regular by number 1, 2, and the third one. Okay, we got two disjoint open sets separating the element and the closed set. So therefore it's regular. This is our step 2. Remember, by step 1 was we proved it is T1. And step 2, we proved every metric space is regular. So these two together, we get XD is T3. Hence, every metric space. Hence the theorem. Every metric space is T3. Every metric space is T3. Now we shall go to prove the next theorem. The next theorem is this. Theorem T3 property is topological. T3 property is topological. Proof. So what is T3? T3 space is nothing but which is two things. What are they? Regular and T1. Regular and T1 space is nothing but T3 space. Now we have to prove what? We have to prove T3 property is topological. The first step to prove that T1 property is topological. And this we have already proved in our previous lecture. So this proof is already done. Proof is